The growth of a serious problem in our community, a North Hardin senior makes a name for himself at the Gatton Academy, and first-year students make holiday videos. All this and more on this month's Real Talk, and it all starts right now. Hello and welcome to Real Talk. I'm Taryn Glover. Drug abuse is a growing problem across the United States that impacts the lives of thousands of people each year. Student Real World producer Jaslyn Barnes spent some time last month investigating this epidemic in our local community.
Of epidemic proportions is the best way to describe it. The drug problem has been bad for years and it seems to be getting worse.
In Hardin County, Kentucky, the issue of drug abuse is significant. Whether it's alcohol, whether it's marijuana, whether it's methamphetamine, whether it's heroin, whether it's prescription drug abuse, if you name it, if it's on the streets in New York City, it's on the streets in Hardin County.
We see a whole lot of meth in Hardin County and have for a number of years. Heroin has made a comeback since pill mills were kind of cracked down on in Florida. We've seen an increase in heroin simply because supply and demand has dictated that the price of pills has increased and heroin is now cheaper than pills. So we are seeing a lot of heroin infiltrating this area.
It's pretty bad out there. Kentucky leads the nation in overdoses. Kentucky leads the nation in children born addicted to opiates. Across the country, I think we're losing over 100 people a day to overdoses. Most of those are the heroin and fentanyl overdoses. It's probably about as bad as it's ever been.
Not everyone who comes to court that has an underlying drug issue is charged with a drug charge. For example, if you have possession of methamphetamine, you're charged with a drug offense, possession of methamphetamine. But you might also be out there in our community stealing from other people, shoplifting from stores to support that very drug habit. So whether it is an actual drug offense or a charge that exists because of an addiction, those are a significant number of individuals, a significant number. I would say more than 50%, probably closer to 75% of the matters that come through this courthouse have an underlying issue with a drug-related issue.
It's really hard to put a specific percentage on what percentage of crimes are driven by the drug trade, but I would say it's significant, much higher than 50%. Drug use is a crime in and of itself. Drug possession, distribution of narcotics and other types of drugs is a crime. But there are a lot of other crimes that accompany drug use. We see a whole lot of thefts, burglaries, other types of violent crime that are related to drug use.
Well, our total number of cases has doubled in the last 20 years. And since more than half of those, I believe, are related to drug issues, then I would have to say that they've grown as well.
Hardin County is a federally designated high-intensity drug trafficking zone. We are located on the Interstate 65, and also Western Kentucky Parkway comes through this area. So there's a whole lot of just interstate traffic in this area, which kind of promotes the drug trade.
I think there's lots of factors that contribute to the drug problem. A lot of it is related to mental health and undiagnosed mental health issues. People try to self-medicate with street drugs instead of going to, a doctor and getting a proper prescription. I think people are frustrated. The job market is not all that great. It could be something they're trying to cover up from their childhood, an adverse childhood experience, and something lingering way in their past. They can't forget it, but what makes them forget it for a little while might be heroin, might be alcohol, whatever their drug of choice would be.
We have painkillers being prescribed for legitimate reasons for patients, and they are an addictive substance. So we are seeing an increase in that.
Why does our community find themselves in this throes of addiction? Why does it keep happening generation after generation? Why are we in that situation? Many times the people who are dealing with drugs, if they're teenagers, many times they're bored. Sometimes we're trying to escape something in life. Maybe it may be a harm that was to them, or a family that was no longer together, and they're trying to make adult decisions in a juvenile body. And they're trying to escape what's going on in their life for whatever reason. And because they're available, it's an opportunity to use for an escape from reality, because sometimes reality can be really tough.
That's a hard issue to diagnose. Why exactly is there so much drug use in this county? And that's, if you got the answer to that question, then you could go a long way to solving the drug problem, and we're still trying to answer that question.
We do see repeat cases. We do try to get individuals some assistance for their substance abuse, or if there's some type of a mental disorder or behavioral disorder. But there are many times that it's just very difficult for those that have a habit and they are addicted to a substance, that they will repeat and come back into the emergency room.
My goal is to try and address those issues early enough that will keep you from creating an addictive behavior that follows you into adulthood that could potentially lead you into criminal behavior.
One of the things that we do need to look at, I think, is focusing more on the treatment side of the drug problem. We've tried the enforcement side since the 70s, and frankly, it has been an epic failure. We need to start looking at more approaches that involve drug treatment, I believe, to solving the drug problem.
Healthcare providers need to receive education, because they have to. As a healthcare provider, you receive continuing education in your profession, and so I think there should be some focused education on opioid prescription practices to make sure that their prescribing practices are starting as less or as minimal as possible before they're reaching some of those higher addictive drugs. I think that hospitals and healthcare systems should also really look at holistic care and how can we address the patient not only just from the physical, but looking at the spiritual, mental, emotional aspects.
First of all, a lot of people say we enable the users by giving them clean needles. I understand where they're coming from, but that's not the point of our program. What you have to remember, the people who are injecting drugs, they're already injecting drugs. So what we're trying to do is make it safer for not only them, but also for all of us walking on the streets and in the parks. Because if they throw a needle out, somebody steps on it, they could potentially get infected with hepatitis C or HIV. So over time, needle exchange programs have been proven to reduce the rates of HIV transmission and hepatitis C transmission. And also, people who access the needle exchange programs are 5 times more likely to get treatment. So once you get a person in treatment, that's a huge step forward as far as, hopefully they're correcting their past mistakes and behaviors and can start a new life from that point.
It's a challenge from, I think, not only for society, but for healthcare providers when patients are coming in that are addicted. And they're seen as just coming in and only they're drug seeking. The problem is it's a real problem. And so I think that we have to get past that aspect because it's real for them, and we have to help treat that, because that's what I feel like we're missing sometimes, is really finding a way to connect those individuals with the treatment that they need. And I think that is a whole nother issue that we have, not only within this community, but just nationally.
Students from all the Hardin County Middle Schools and St. James spent some time at the Early College and Career Center in late November learning about the various career training programs available there. Reporter John Letson has that story.
8th grade can be one of the most nerve-wracking years in a student's education. With tons of standardized tests to be taken, dealing with puberty and a myriad of other inconveniences, students often take on more stress than expected. But the most stressful aspect for these students is the dawning of their first year of high school quickly approaching. In November of 2017, Hardin County's Early College and Career Center, or EC3, kindly opens its doors to local middle schoolers. EC3's principal, Mr. Robin, believes this program provides many benefits for incoming students.
The biggest benefit for students coming to tour EC3 is that they're going to get a chance to get a glimpse of what our programs are all about. They have the opportunity to hear from our students that are currently in the classes, and those students will be able to really give them an idea of things they do on a daily basis, what type of industry certifications they're going to gain from it, and what the overall benefit of as a high school student is to come to EC3.
During the tour, each pathway gives a presentation to the 8th grade students led by the students of said class. One of the pathways that gained the most interest by students was the culinary program.
I want to do culinary because my dad works, he's a chef, and I just want to take after him.
Students also had a good reception to the many medical programs EC3 has to offer.
I like doing math, and they said that if you're interested in doing math and science, you should probably go there.
Because many students wish to come to EC3, admissions have become more exclusive and prospective students must meet certain requirements.
The biggest things that we really take a look at are attendance, behavior, and grades. The best worker is the one that comes each and every day. So our students know that attendance is a major deal for us. Behavior obviously is a great task for us as well because we're merging students from 3 high schools together. And then the very last thing for us obviously is grades. Students need to be on track for graduation. We want to make sure that graduation is the ultimate for them, but making sure that they are passing their courses, because at the end of the day, these courses are elective courses, and if they are not passing their core content classes, they lose out on electives. So
North Hardin student Jalen Hurt is one of a select few students from across Kentucky attending the Gatton Academy of Science and Technology at Western Kentucky University. Recently, Jalen has been gaining attention for research he's been involved with that focuses on the problem of diabetes. Reporter Anna Kimbrough and I paid a visit to Jalen at Gatton last month.
I'm Jalen Hurt. I'm from Radcliffe, Kentucky, and I currently go to Gatton Academy at WKU. Gatton is a school for juniors and seniors in high school where we stay at Western Kentucky University and take college classes, and we stay in a dorm. It's a STEM-oriented school. There is a full application process and requirements, and it's kind of like applying to college. Over the summer, I participated in the NIH Step Up program, which I went to the University of Louisville, and under my mentor, I did research on diabetes on a cellular level. We did organ-specific insulin resistance, and we focused on different processes that are involved in developing diabetes. I wanted to have experience in research, so I wanted to do research over the summer, so I applied for the program, and it was a program specifically for biomedical research, which I always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do work on cancer more, but I didn't really get to choose what my research was exactly because it was what my mentor was doing at the time, but the experience itself would help me in the future too. The study should lead to other studies that would help with preventing diabetes and possibly finding better cures. If something really does come out of it, which I think it will, I'm very proud of myself and everyone else who worked on that research.
Smile Travelers is a special mobile health program offered by the Lincoln Trail Area Health Department that focuses on improving dental health for children in our community. Reporter Bailey Childress has that story.
One of the most prevalent chronic diseases affecting children in the United States today is tooth decay. In addition to causing problems, eating, speaking, and learning, it can contribute to infections and cause considerable pain. The problem is, dental work can be expensive, and over half of the lower-income children in our schools do not see a dentist. The Lincoln Trail District Health Department strives to reduce the number of children who have untreated tooth decay with a mobile dental unit program called Smile Travelers. Mary Rojo is a dental assistant on the Smile Travelers team.
It is important for their overall health. A lot of people think that dental hygiene doesn't affect the rest of their health, but it does. And so we want to make sure that the children are taken care of before they start having any problems with their teeth.
Smile Travelers team is made up of licensed dental hygienists, dental assistants, and health educators who travel to schools in Hardin, LaRue, Marin, Meade, and Nelson counties, providing dental services. Rojo says over the course of a year they try to visit at least 25 schools. Jessica Donahue is a dental hygienist with the program.
We're here to provide dental assessments, sealants, fluoride, prophies for kids that otherwise have problems with getting to a dental home.
Prophies is a professional term for a dental cleaning. The team also provides education on oral hygiene and nutrition. After a child is seen, the team sends home a treatment report with each child served, refers students to dentists, and overall helps family find dental homes.
The Smile Travelers is an effective and efficient way to overcome those barriers and reach children who cannot have and afford dental care. Reporting from EC3, I'm Bailey Childress.
The winter holiday season is filled with memories, hopes for a brighter future, and feelings of warmth and kindness. Students in our video production class at EC3 spent some time over the past few weeks trying to capture some of those feelings for you. We hope you enjoy.
My Christmas wish is for everyone to have a blessed holiday and to remember what Christmas is truly about, which is giving.
Yes, my Christmas wish this year is to be walking by Christmas. I'm going to the beach, and if I go to the beach and I can't actually walk into the sand, I'm going to be super sad. So that's my wish this year, is to be walking by Christmas. I hope that everybody has a wonderful Christmas this year and that we get at least one snow day this season so we can enjoy a day off.
My Christmas wish, I would say, is a new computer.
Christmas wish would have to be for some new computer parts, a 1080 Ti or a brand new car.
What I want for Christmas is a twin turbo diesel Toyota Camry.
My Christmas wish is honestly just for a new computer or new computer parts.
My Christmas wish would probably to be just to have a fun Christmas and my family and friends have a good Christmas.
My Christmas wish is honestly to graduate high school, attend the ECTC for 2 years, get my fundamentals out the way, like basic. After that, maybe attend WKU for the rest of 2 years, major in computer science.
My Christmas wish is that everyone will experience a childlike peace and joy at Christmas time. And for those that are experiencing Christmas without a loved one, know that they're celebrating Christmas so much bigger than we are here on Earth.
My Christmas wish is to get a dog.
Christmas wish is money.
Well, I have lots of things I could wish for, for material things. But the one wish that I have is so not material. It's just, I'm so thankful and blessed in many ways. But the one wish that I have, my mother is facing stage 4 liver cancer. And we have a big appointment coming up in December, later this month. And just my Christmas wish would be for her to get good news at her next doctor's appointment and the scan results. But we know it's not our will, it's God's will for her life, and that's my one wish for this year.
My Christmas wish is visiting my dad.
My Christmas wish would be for my sister to come home for the holidays.
My Christmas wish is to spend time with my family and loved ones.
My Christmas wish is for everyone to be safe during the holidays and so no one can have accidents or anything.
That's it for another episode of Real Talk. I'm Taryn Glover. Happy holidays.